Whenever we interview people, we always ask for photos because we need photos to be able to visually tell their stories. And a lot of times people will tell us, oh, I just don't have any interesting photos or don't even know what they have. So I thought it would be interesting to get you guys together to talk about what you can learn from a photo. Ed, you're a longtime historian here in Columbus, and Aaron, you're an archivist here at the library. So I wanted to get some tips and tricks that you guys use when you're looking at photos. So I have a stack of photos here of things we've collected over the years, and I'm gonna flip them over and just have you guys start kind of weighing in on the pictures. So here's the first one. It's just a scene.
It goes back to a time when Columbus was a small town. Most of these kind of older houses, this one dates from about the 1840s. It's a sort of a little bit of a touch of Greek revival and a little eclectic thrown in with it. And that's how you help date the picture from the age of the house.
I'm looking at roads,
sure.
Dirt road. So I'm looking at, so I know people what they're dressed like, exactly. Okay. Even the fencing and the stones here on the fencing. And then I'm also looking at adjacent buildings as well. And of course, architecture of the building to figure out how old the building is.
Another sneaky way to date this picture is this is High Street. And you don't get a streetcar line on High Street till 1863. There's no streetcar line, which helps you date this picture back before that time.
Let's try another one, okay? This is a great photo, and I think you guys take a look at it.
First thing I do as a librarian, I look at what's in the photograph and I try to date. So we have the era of the locomotive here, the train. You can date automotive engines based on what they're using. Are they steam engines? Are they diesel? Those sort of things. Shapes of cars. Even here you see the Toledo and Ohio Central. Again, I'm looking at when were they active through Columbus. And I'm looking at scenery. Of course, again, clothing. I'm looking at these horse-drawn vehicles here. And I'm also, obviously, you have this building in the back, which is very important to know where that's at, so you can tell where the building is based on the building in the back.
So what is that building?
Well, it's the Toledo and Ohio Central Railroad Station. It's the only railroad station that still exists in town. It's now the headquarters of the Firefighters Union. And so you're looking east on Broad Street at the railroad bridge at the time when they were basically putting in a new set of streetcar tracks. And as I was saying, one of the ways you can help date these things is by the clothing that the people are wearing. This is relatively identifiable men's clothing from the late 1800s. And you can also take a look at things like the telephone lines, because you'll know when the telephone poles were basically put in, so it has to be after that point. So you're after 1879 when the poles start coming in, okay? You're looking roughly at the turn of the century. At this particular picture.
So you're looking at buildings and technology and what people are wearing to really kind of help you narrow out where it is and at what time it was taken, right?
Definitely.
Okay. All right, well, I've got another scene.
Okay. Topography, I'm looking at topography too, where the hills are at, looking at geological features.
One of the popular things that photographers like to do for a while, and maybe still do for all I know, is take pictures of multiple lines of transportation simultaneously. Train tracks and urban tracks and the canal and the river, but that's what this is. And this is immediately south of town. Can't be more than a half a mile south of town. When you're looking up here at the top of the hill, there's utility poles. And it's quite possible here what you're looking at is High Street as it moves south along that ridge, with the tracks down below it toward the river. At that time, the piece of the canal was still in place. It's gone now, and some of these tracks are gone now as well.
Again, same thing what Ed was saying earlier. You're talking about telephone lines or utility lines. Again, there's maps of those when they go in, or news stories about when those go in. So you're just looking for these kind of clues in these photographs to identify it.
Great. Yeah. All right. Then we oftentimes, people will just have random photos of people and locations, and they're not really looking at the background. So what can you tell us about this photograph? And is it even here in Columbus? Would you even know that?
The main thing you're looking at is a picture of these two folks.
Sure.
And it's a picture that was taken quickly, probably with a box camera, with a fellow trying to snap one off quickly because he recognized who these folks were. Their clothing dates from the period from about 1910 to 1925-ish or so.
The thing that I'm seeing right away is it comes from an era where buggies and cars are on the same street. So again, that leads back to what Ed was saying about the era and of the clothing. The vehicles match up with that sort of era where you're having buggies or carts on the street in the same time as you're having early automobiles. And then I'm looking at the streets. I'm looking at the street signs, the Chop Suey sign, the Hotel Metropole.
Do you have directories and things here at the
Sure,
library
yeah.
that you're able to kind of look through business names?
Yeah, you can look it up.
So usually you can get it within really 5 or 10 years based on dresses and what's in the background here. And then you can use city directories and just go through the list and find those. And things like Ancestry now, you can keyword search things in directories. So you could type in Chop Suey if that's actually the name of the place.
The last instance that I wanted to show you guys was that sometimes we will be looking at an album and we will find a bunch of photos. So sometimes maybe looking at several photos might help you piece together where it is in time period, right?
Well, the first is the Palace Theater, which is sitting right there on Broad Street, just past high. This is the Deschler Hotel at the corner, which was torn down in 1969, so you know it's prior to that. Yeah, there's some wonderful shots of cars. There's a classic right there. You blow that guy up, you may even be able to get a license plate off of it. Well, Eddie Duchin's orchestra is playing at the Palace Theater, so that helped place it a little bit right there.
And you could look that up in a newspaper archive to see when he was playing.
And this is farther out on Broad. You can see the Levesque Tower in the background.
And there's still smoke coming out of the tower, on Levesque Tower. So that, again, will help you age the era of the photograph, because eventually the Levesque Tower doesn't billow smoke anymore. They're not heating it. So it's before that, so you can narrow it down a little bit.
Thank you so much. I think this gives people more tools to use when they're looking at photography and they're not quite sure where it is. So thank you guys.
Thank you.